All right, so I just got back from watching Black Bag, the latest spy conspiracy thriller, I guess is the best way to describe it, from director Steven Soderbergh, who's directed the classic Oceans films, the remakes with George Clooney and Brad Pitt. He also directed Logan Lucky, amongst other things. Steven Soderbergh has directed many, many movies, but those are the ones that I know him for. But he has directed lots of things. I believe he also directed a movie that came out earlier this year that was sort of like a ghost movie, but from the perspective of the ghost. I believe I didn't see it. But I saw this one, Black Bag, starring Michael Fassbender and Kate Blanchett, two very good actors. And it is about a spy who discovers that there is a mole in his organization, and one of the suspects is his wife. So, and then, his how he deals with that information is basically how the plot gets going. Now, being a spy thriller, there are definitely twists and turns. So I'm going to try my best to talk about this movie without giving too many things away. Basically, the less you know about this movie, the better. But I will say that I enjoyed it immensely. And maybe because I didn't know a lot about it, excuse me, I'd seen the trailers, but the trailers don't really reveal where the plot goes. So I was hooked from the beginning. This is a very self-contained movie. It starts and introduces the plot, and it keeps going until the plot is resolved. And there's maybe 2 minutes of resolution, and that's it. So it knows what it's about, and there it goes. I will say that the one thing I wasn't expecting, and a nice little element that I quite enjoyed, is it talks about how romantic relationships, and what they might be like in an espionage type relationship. There are three couples in this story, and they each navigate, being in a relationship and in their particular field differently. Some have more success than others. And these relationships affect the espionage going on, the game of cat and mouse, almost trying to find the mole. How each character responds to this information is affected by how they how healthy their relationship is, how they feel about relationships. So that part of the movie was very, very interesting to me, to see how all these different characters interact off of each other. The movie is also quite it's a little self-aware. It knows what it is. It knows there's plenty of spy movies, so it doesn't waste your time with cliche things. And when cliche things do happen, it adds a little extra spice. I don't know how else to describe it, but the dialogue is really snappy, and the directing is engaging and lively and vibrant with interesting shots and cuts, and the editing is also very lively to keep your attention. And yeah, I don't know, just all around great performances by Michael Fassbender and Kate Blanchett. The supporting cast is all really good. The mystery was engaging. I will say this is a movie you have to pay attention to. You can't just sit back and, kind of turn your brain off like Novocaine. Not that Novocaine was a bad movie because of that, but let's face it, it's an action comedy. You don't have to think too hard about what you're seeing. This, if you want to enjoy it, you have to pay attention to every single word being said, and you will enjoy the movie a lot more for that. I would say I wasn't able to figure out exactly what was going on. I got close, but I didn't quite figure out the whole thing. So maybe that also helped with my enjoyment of the film. But yeah, honestly, I'm quite pleasantly surprised. I thought I would enjoy this movie, but I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. So I would say it's not a big bombastic action movie. You don't have to watch it in the theater, I would say. However, if you are planning on going to the movies already, kind of like on a date night, you have two pretty good choices. You have Novocaine and Black Bag, and really depending on your mood, both movies are pretty good. You have the action comedy of Novocaine that is above surface level entertainment, and then there is Black Bag, which is more of a subtle, witty spy, conspiracy, thriller. So depending on what mood you're in, I'd say these are pretty good choices to go to the movies for. But they're also fine streaming movies as well. But I will say they're definitely worth a watch. So if you're planning on going to the theater anyway, Black Bag is currently playing in theaters, and you can check it out.